Welcome back to What's the 411 News, where we bring you news observation, interpretation, and news commentary from an FBA and BGR perspective. Let's get it. All right, welcome back, everybody, to What's the 411 News. And we have an update from the Houston Police Department in regards to Officer Ashley Gonzalez. All right. Officer Ashley Gonzalez has been officially terminated, and the Houston police chief breaks his silence. All right. A lot of people have been talking about this. A lot of people have seen the viral video, and we're going to get into a tweet from the Houston Police Department from their official Twitter page, and kind of look it over, read it over, and break it down for y'all. All right. So yeah, let's get into it. All right. So this is from the Houston Police Department. Okay. So the Houston Police Department has terminated the employment of Ashley Gonzalez. As of today, she is no longer an employee of the department. Houston Police Department holds every officer to the highest standards of integrity. Man, imagine me stuttering on that one. The highest standards of integrity and conduct, and will not waver in upholding these expectations. After discovering the incident, Ashley Gonzalez was immediately relieved of duty. In compliance with state civil service laws, an investigation was conducted as fast as legally possible. The behavior exhibited by Ashley Gonzalez was abhorrent, disgusting, and entirely unacceptable, said Chief J. Noe, might have been Noel, might have been a misspell there, Diaz Jr. And quote, "It is deeply disturbing and has no place in law enforcement or in our community." All right. So that is the I guess official statement from the Houston PD and Chief Noel. I think his name is Joe. I don't know what the J stands for. Maybe Jose, might be Joseph. It might be a misspell on his name. So I'm just going to say J. Noel Diaz Jr. All right. But, before we get out of here, let's also make mention that, which I think I kind of indicated on the last news report where we showed the video with all, with all her cuss words bleeped out. Ashley Gonzalez's cuss words bleeped out. I think I hinted to that somewhere in that report, because there was it was said that the police department was going to try to get her to resign, like on the low, resign, so that way she can still have a job or won't have some type of bad marking, so to speak, on her record. So I don't know if it was an attempt to like sit her in the background for a few years and then kind of slowly bring her back into the police department, or this resigning, or the attempt to have her resign was an attempt to make it so she could still get employment somewhere else, which is what I mentioned about her possibly being somewhere else and working at maybe a police department that's doesn't have a lot of officers in the police department, and it might be more low-key police department. Not a lot of activity goes on in that particular city or county or state, and they could have ushered her over in that police department. But from what I see here, she's been they said she's no longer an employee of the department. But you still got to be careful, because to them, being not no longer an employee, of the department, could mean different things. It could be still some undermining going on. But with a lot of the FBA up in Houston, I don't think it's going to happen that way, but you just got to be careful nonetheless. All right. It's kind of interesting that things like that can be said and done, and they still try to figure out a way to finagle this vile, foul mouth Latina who, without a doubt, hates black people to the point that she just wants to get a call and she's just going to go to that call and just arrest the black person on the spot. Forget about making sure she gets all the information right and make sure she doesn't arrest the wrong person. But if it's a black person, it's automatic. It's on site. Go to jail. And again, I say this is the mentality of a lot of you Latinos until you show or say, but saying is not enough, but that's a start, I guess, until you come out otherwise and say otherwise, that that's not me or that's not us or that's not a few of us. Because like I said, you can't tell me there's not a whole group of anybody really that ain't a certain way, ethnicity wise, because a lot of them as a group, they despise black Americans. All right. And like I said before, there's a lot of receipts to prove it. There's a lot of video receipts, and there's a lot of documented articles, and there's a lot of documented federal reports in the federal system that tells you otherwise. So that's going to be a hard case for them to deny. And again, that seems to be the cultural mindset. Because until you really hear, and like I said, you might have individual, as talking to my FBA lineage folks, you might have some Jamaican friends, some Latino friends here and there, but those Jamaican friends, African friends, Latino friends, Kenyan friends, Zimbabwean friends, you might have friends from Venezuela, Brazil, but what do their people really feel about you? And then your friends, how do they stand up for you when their family, friends, or otherwise act the way they act or say what they say about you? All right. Because that's going to tell a lot of story as well. Are they really your friends if they ain't really stepping to their family members who saying some foul stuff, or employees they are co-workers they work with, trying to get foundational black Americans fired off some lies? How do you stand up then? Do you stand up? So yeah, you have a lot of explaining the Latino community around the world. A lot to explain. All right. So yeah, it's looking like she's been fired, and she should, because you don't want nobody with a mindset like that. And then also, now it's time to look back at all her cases. You know, how far does the hate go back? I think she's only been in the department a few years, but how many cases does she have? Caseloads where there was black people involved. And then what's going to happen? There might be a lot of money that Houston has to shell out because of their girl, old Ashley Gonzalez, right? So you let me know what you think about this one, man. Put it in the comments. Share the video out. Get the word out. Officer Ashley Gonzalez has been officially terminated. All right. And as always, subscribe to the channel. Make sure, check that you are subscribed. If you're checking us out on YouTube, make sure you are subscribed, because there's the continuous ongoing onslaught of tampering with new black media and black people, foundational black Americans channels as a whole, when it comes to subscribership, removing people, and then people come back and say, and they was following or subscribing to the channel, and all of a sudden they're saying, yo, what happened? Did you get rid of me? No, I didn't get rid of nobody. It's YouTube, it's the system. All right. Trying to do what they do. and make sure Black Americans don't do what they do. All right. So check your subscription with the YouTube channel, share it out, tell other people to subscribe to the channel so you can get that FBA and BGR perspective news. All right. And again, with that being said, this is What's the 411 News. And as always, we'll be back with another one. And I'm out of here. Peace. Welcome back to What's the 411 News, where we bring you news observation, interpretation, and news commentary from an FBA and BGR perspective. Let's get it.